CM Punk sits down in the middle of the ring. Not standing. Not pacing. Just sitting there like a man who's already made up his mind. The arena is loud at first, then strangely quiet. Because when CM Punk grabs a microphone and sits cross-legged in a wrestling ring, everyone in the building knows exactly what that means. And if you've been watching wrestling long enough, you feel that chill. Because the last time he did something like this, it led to one of the most controversial moments in wrestling history, the pipe bomb promo. But this time it's happening again. And it's happening right before the launch of WWE 2K26. So let me ask you something before we go any further. If you were sitting in that arena and Punk grabbed that mic, would you cheer him? Or would you already know chaos is about to erupt? Type cheer or chaos in the comments. Because what happened next had fans arguing across the internet, wrestling veterans raising their eyebrows, and even people inside WWE wondering how far this was about to go. And, trust me, it went far. Very far. The lights dimmed slightly. Not a full blackout, just enough to make the ring feel like the center of the world. Punk adjusted the microphone. And the crowd began chanting his name. CM Punk. CM Punk. CM Punk. He looked around slowly. Almost amused. Almost annoyed. Then he spoke. And the first sentence instantly set social media on fire. He said, "Do you guys remember the last time I sat down like this?" The crowd exploded, because everyone knew exactly what he meant. Back in 2011, Punk delivered the now legendary pipe bomb promo, a rant so brutally honest that people weren't sure if it was scripted or if Punk had completely gone rogue. He called out the company. He called out the bosses. He even called out Vince McMahon live on television. And the promo ended with his microphone getting cut off. It was chaos. Pure chaos. So when Punk sat down again in 2026, the tension was instant. But here's where things got interesting. Because this time, he wasn't just talking about wrestling. He was talking about a video game. Specifically WWE 2K26. Now, let me ask you something real quick. Do you actually play WWE games? Comment yes if you do, or a no if you just watch wrestling. I'm curious how many of you are gamers too, because Punk's speech suddenly took a turn nobody expected. He said, "Everybody loves nostalgia." The crowd cheered. Then he smirked. And apparently so does WWE. Now that line made people nervous. Because when Punk starts sounding sarcastic, you know something spicy is coming. He continued, "You guys love when they bring back legends, when they recreate moments, when they sell you memories you already lived." The crowd was still cheering, but the tone was shifting. Then he said something that made the arena erupt. And now they're bringing back the pipe bomb. Huge reaction. But here's the twist. Punk leaned forward and whispered into the microphone. But the problem with recreating history is that history wasn't supposed to be scripted. That line spread across Twitter within seconds. Fans immediately started debating. Was Punk breaking character again? Or was this part of the marketing for WWE 2K26? Because apparently, the new game includes a mode where players can recreate famous wrestling moments, including the pipe bomb itself. And Punk had opinions about that. He looked directly into the camera. "You want to relive the pipe bomb in a video game?" Pause. "Then you probably didn't understand the pipe bomb." Boom. Crowd reaction was insane. Half cheering, half shocked. Now, let me ask you another quick question. Do you think wrestling moments lose their magic when they get turned into video game missions? Comment magic lost or still awesome. Because this is where Punk's rant started getting dangerously close to that 2011 energy again. He said, "The pipe bomb wasn't a cutscene. It wasn't a DLC pack. And it definitely wasn't designed to sell pre-orders." The arena got loud. Really loud. And suddenly people backstage were probably sweating. Because this is exactly how the original pipe bomb started. With little jabs. Then bigger jabs. Then nuclear bombs. Punk leaned back on the mat. Completely relaxed. And then he dropped another bombshell. "You know who loves turning real moments into marketing?" He paused. Looked around. Then said the name that made the crowd gasp. Triple H. Now, to be fair, Punk and Triple H have had their share of real-life tension over the years. So hearing that name inside this speech immediately made fans lean forward. Punk continued. Hunter probably thinks this is great. Take that angry rant from 2011, turn it into a game mode, sell millions of copies. The crowd started chanting again. CM Punk. CM Punk. CM Punk. But Punk raised his hand to silence them. And then he said something that instantly became a headline. But if you're going to recreate the pipe bomb, you should probably let me finish it. The crowd went insane. Because remember, in 2011 the microphone was cut before Punk finished his rant. So now fans were wondering, was he about to finish it? Was he about to say the things he couldn't say back then? And if he did, would WWE actually allow it? Now, I want you to imagine being in that arena. Your heart is pounding. You're watching one of the most unpredictable talkers in wrestling history. And he's hinting that he might continue the most controversial promo ever. Would you believe it's real? Or would you think it's all a work? Type real or scripted in the comments. Because Punk wasn't done. Not even close. He looked straight into the camera again. You want realism in your wrestling games? Here's realism. Then he pointed toward the stage. Realism is a locker room full of people afraid to speak. Crowd reaction. Huge. Realism is fans begging for authenticity but companies giving them nostalgia instead. More cheers. Then Punk smirked. And realism is knowing that somewhere backstage someone is praying my microphone doesn't get cut off again. That line might have been the most chilling moment of the entire segment. Because everyone remembered what happened in 2011. The mic cut. The abrupt ending. The chaos. For a split second, fans wondered if it would happen again. But it didn't. Instead, Punk kept going. And he brought up something nobody expected. He mentioned WWE 2K24. He said the game was fun. But he also said something brutally honest. Wrestling games always promise freedom. But they still follow scripts. Then he laughed. Just like wrestling. Now that line triggered a massive reaction online. Because it blurred the line between storyline and reality again. Classic Punk. He thrives in that gray area. But then he asked the crowd a question. And I want you to answer this one honestly. Punk asked, how many of you think wrestling is better when it feels real? The entire arena roared. Because deep down, that's what fans want. Emotion, conflict, unpredictability. Moments that feel like they weren't planned. Moments like the original pipe bomb promo. Punk nodded slowly. Then he delivered one last message about WWE 2K26. If this game wants to recreate the pipe bomb, then it better recreate the consequences too. The arena went silent. Because the consequences were massive. After the original pipe bomb, Punk's storyline exploded. He challenged John Cena. He threatened to leave WWE with the championship. And the whole company's storyline revolved around that chaos. So when Punk said, recreate the consequences, fans immediately started speculating. Does the new game let you change WWE history? Does it let you walk out with the title? Does it let you rewrite the storyline entirely? Nobody knew. But suddenly WWE 2K26 became the most talked about wrestling game in years. And Punk had once again done exactly what he does best. He made people talk. He made people argue. He made people feel something. And maybe, just maybe, he reminded everyone why the pipe bomb still matters. So before this video ends, I've got one final question for you. And I want real answers. Do you think the original pipe bomb promo is the greatest promo in wrestling history? Or is there another one that beats it? Drop the name of the promo in the comments. Because I'm going to read them all. And if Punk really did just restart the pipe bomb era, then wrestling might be entering another unpredictable chapter. And honestly, that might be exactly what the industry needs. Because when CM Punk sits down in the middle of a ring with a microphone, history tends to repeat itself. And sometimes, history explodes. Collision.